This is Tank's Vlog, May 31st, 2018, wrapping up today in sports. If you go to Vegas and you plan for a nice long weekend, you plan to hit some of the great casinos, you have one main strategy: not to lose your shirt, not to lose the house, and not to lose an arm and a leg. For the Washington Capitals, that was the same strategy Wednesday night as they played Game 2. They played well in Game 1, but they lost 6-4. So they could not afford to go down 0-2, like they did 20 years ago when they played the Detroit Red Wings in the finals. For the first 5 games in their history, the Capitals were 0-5 in Stanley Cup final game. But Wednesday night, they found a way to break even, which when you go to Vegas is what your goal is. And if you break even in Vegas, you come home ahead. And they had their troubles. They were down 1-0. They lost Evgeny Kuznetsov to an injury. But Lars Eller came through. Lars Eller scored game-tying goal in the first and assisted on 2 goals in the second period to build a 3-1 lead. From there is Braden Holtby making outstanding saves, ridiculous saves, including the one on Alex Tuch with just under 2 minutes left when he dove and just got the paddle of his stick before the puck would have gone through into the goal to tie the game. So Capitals come home with a 3-2 win, and if you split on the road and you come home, now you have home ice. You can take advantage of that. I mean, if you win those next 2 games at home, all of a sudden you're sitting pretty for the Stanley Cup. So Game 3 will be in Washington Saturday night. Thursday night, we get to see the start of the NBA playoffs, the NBA Finals. Didn't we do this last year? Didn't we do this the year before? And the year before that? You know, the Cavaliers are here because the Eastern Conference is weak. The Celtics put up a good fight, but they were very young. Kyrie Irving was hurt. He didn't have Hayward all season. And they had to rely on kids. And the Celtics almost did it. If it wasn't for a terrible shooting Game 7, this would be the Celtics in the NBA Finals. And the Cavaliers don't have Kyrie Irving this year. They obviously traded him to the Celtics. And Kyrie Irving in the finals was their best player. He actually stopped Stephen Curry at times. Now Stephen Curry is just going to have a field day. Klay Thompson is going to have a field day. Kevin Durant is going to have a field day. LeBron James can score 35 points all he wants. I mean, it's amazing what he's done. 34 points per game, and the next best player is Kevin Love with 13 points per game. And nobody else has 10 points per game. This is where you're going to absolutely see the Cavaliers get wrecked. Sweep. 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 It's going to be not very thrilling. I think the Warriors win every game rather easily. I mean, it's like Sharknado. That's what the NBA Finals this year is like, Sharknado. We've had a Sharknado every year recently. The first one was kind of funny. It was a good chuckle. The second one, featuring Citi Field, which was on fire today, by the way, also kind of funny. The third one, okay, this is getting ridiculous. The fourth one, please make them stop! And that's what the NBA Finals is like this year. So, if you want to know more, click the link below. That's my finals prediction. Baseball. Citi Field caught on fire. Maybe they're doing some sort of exorcism. It might make sense what's been going on lately. And do you believe it? They actually won. Jason Vargas pitched like a major league pitcher. Got his ERA down to 8.53. I mean, just think about that. Vargas pitched 5 scoreless innings, and his ERA is 8.53. That tells you how high his ERA was. And the Mets actually scratched out a couple of runs against Julio Teheran. And then the big play was Ahmed Rosario and Jeurys Familia. Jeurys Familia in the 8th inning looked like he wanted to blow that game. He had that look on his face that Armando Benitez, here we go. And then he gave up that great play. And that ball would have ticketed in the middle. It would have been 3-2, maybe even the tying run gets to third base. But Ahmed Rosario made a diving play, started a double play. And the Mets actually held on to win 4-1 with Gazelman, Robert Gazelman, pitching the 9th inning for the save. Yankees got a big start from Luis Severino, who outdueled Dallas Keuchel. Dallas Keuchel, I tell you, he's been the man of mystery this year. He's 3-7, but his ERA is pretty decent, 3.65. I guess he's gone up against a lot of aces, and he just hasn't been good enough to win. But man, that's a shocker. 3-7, Dallas Keuchel. The Yankees, though, did not gain a game on the Red Sox, who got a big home run by J.D. Martinez as they beat the Blue Jays 6-4. The Indians scalped the White Sox 9-1. We got the Brewers beating the Cardinals 3-2. We got the Reds 7-4 winners over the Diamondbacks. The Nationals blanked the Orioles 2-0 with Max Scherzer now 9-1 with a 1.92 ERA. I think it's safe to say Max Scherzer is now the best pitcher in baseball. The Pirates beat the Cubs 2-1. We got the Tigers beating the Angels 6-1. We sing the efforts of Shohei Ohtani. The Royals beat the Twins 11-8. It was the Giants stomping the Rockies 7-4. The Rays blanked the Athletics 6-0 as Nathan Eovaldi pitched 6 innings without allowing a hit in his return to the mound for the first time in nearly 2 years after Tommy John surgery. It was the Rangers edging the Mariners 7-6. The Dodgers beat the Phillies 8-2, and the Padres walked off on the Marlins 3-2. Today's 3 stars are Lars Eller with his goal and 2 assists. Max Scherzer with his 8 innings, 2 hits, 12 strikeout performance against the Orioles. And Nathan Eovaldi, who did not allow a hit in 6 innings in his return to the mound for the Rays. Today's birthday shout-out goes to the man who guaranteed victory in Super Bowl III, Broadway Joe Namath, who turned 75. And we take a look back to 1983, when the Philadelphia 76ers completed a 4-game sweep in the NBA Finals of the Lakers. They had actually played, this was actually the 3rd time in 4 years the Lakers and 76ers played. And before the playoffs began, Moses Malone said that the Sixers would win the NBA championship and sweep their way through. He was close. He said 4-4-4. It ended up 4-5-4. But that was one of the biggest memorial moments in the history of the Philadelphia 76ers. Check out the story on Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. And also be sure to check out Allow Me to Be Frank, the podcast. We had another great episode this week. We had from the Spit and Chicklets, Mike Grinnell, and we talked about the preview of the Stanley Cup final. And what was good about this is we're doing it, and so far we're even. He likes the Knights. I like the Capitals in the series. And the series has been as good as expected. So check out Allow Me to Be Frank. You could either listen on iTunes or SoundCloud. The links are on my webpage, thesportsencyclopedia.com, up in the upper left-hand corner. So check him out. And as always, good day.